stand still or just slow down. Maybe we could have held on to this shaky ground. Every time I see you, every time I see you, never knew these nights could feel so long. I keep a light on just in case you'll change your mind. I don't wanna spend another day without you. I'd say every seat to catch your breath. I know it's not okay to say the things I do. I lose control. Oh, every time I see you. It's time to face the lie I've told myself for years. Here's to my luck. Here's to all the nights that you were near. Wise men say only fools rush in, for I can't help falling in love with you.
I, Daniel James Parcell,
I, Daniel James Parcell,
take you, Carys Patricia Harvey,
take you, Carys Patricia Harvey,
to be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife.
And Carys. I, Carys Patricia Harvey,
I, Carys Patricia Harvey,
take you, Daniel James Parcell,
take you, Daniel James Parcell,
to be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband.
Carys, I promise to care for you
Carys, I promise to care for you
with love and friendship,
with love and friendship,
to support and comfort you
to support and comfort you
through good times and bad,
through good times and bad,
to respect and cherish you
to respect and cherish you,
and to remain faithful always.
and to remain faithful always.
These promises I make to you today
These promises I make to you today
and for the rest of my life.
and for the rest of my life.
Lovely, thank you. And Carys, you can repeat after me again. Daniel, I promise to care for you
Daniel, I promise to care for you
with love and friendship,
with love and friendship,
to support and comfort you
to support and comfort you
through good times and bad,
through good times and bad,
to respect and cherish you,
to respect and cherish you,
and to remain faithful always.
and to remain faithful always.
These promises I make to you today
These promises I make to you today
and for the rest of my life.
and for the rest of my life.
Carys, I give you this ring
Carys, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and commitment to you.
and commitment to you.
Wear it with love
Wear it with love
and as a sign
and as a sign
of all we have promised
of all we have promised
and done this day.
and done this day.
And it is my privilege to declare that you are now legally married and you may kiss each other.
The wind in your hair, the ocean in your eyes, the touch of your skin when I hold you against mine, the sound of your voice in harmony with mine. This magic we feel can happen all the time. We'll run this race as fast as we can, over and over, your hand in my hand, as we face forever and give love a chance. I'll show you again and again. It's been you, it's always been you. 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 As we grow in age, and time has proven true, the love that's in me was only made for you. We'll run this race as fast as we can, over and over, your hand in my hand, as we face forever and give love a chance. I'll show you again and again. It's been you, it's always been you. It's been you, it's always been you. It's been you, it's always been you. It's been you.
So, Carys, Where do I start? So born on the 1st of June 1995 in Banbury in Oxfordshire. And we got quite a few questions as to, well, how did you come up with the name Carys? Because it's quite a different name. And we're not actually Welsh, it's actually a Welsh name. And it came from our time in Stevenage in Hertfordshire, where one of our neighbours had a beautiful daughter called Carys. And we thought, oh, if we're ever blessed with a daughter, we will call her Carys. And that's where the name actually came from. But if you look at the translation from Welsh into English, now I don't know, we never really talked about this. You don't know it, do you? Well, it actually simply means love. And that is so appropriate for today, clearly. Now Jake had a problem in actually pronouncing Carys when he was little. And so he used to call Carys Caca. And that kind of stood or stuck as a dad and daughter name, Carys, for quite some time, didn't it? And it wasn't only until recently that someone pointed out to me that if you looked up caca in Portuguese, it actually stood for poo.
You know that in Wales.
So I have been calling my daughter Pooh for the last 28 years, which is absolutely fabulous. So Carys was a very well-behaved child, unfortunately, but her character came through very early on because, you know, those of you who know Carys will know that she just throws herself into everything. 100%. That is Carys. And whether it be, Carys, you're swimming at the time, you're singing, you're dancing, or indeed your netball, you just threw yourself in 100%, which was absolutely fabulous. Anyway, look, it's time for me to wrap up, but these two are like peas in a pod. They are so well suited. They have a great deal of fun together. They have a little dog called Tilly, who's a spitting image in terms of so excitable, so talkative, and just a bundle of fun, 1,000 miles an hour. And I know you'll be missing Tilly. My lodger at the moment, that's right. You'll be missing Tilly, but we love you both so much, and we know that you will be so successful in everything that you decide to do. So it just remains for me to ask for you all to be upstanding for a toast. To Carys and Dan, wishing you long life, health, wealth, and happiness. For Carys and Dan.
Right, without meaning to offend anyone who I've spoken to or mentioned already, I want to move on to the main event and the most important person in the room, which is my beautiful wife, Mrs Carys Parcell. I think I'd like everyone to stand up quickly and raise a glass to Carys before I start talking about our story together. Cheers to Carys.
Mrs Parcell.
Carys, that wasn't the first toast to you, and that won't be the last one today. I was going to mention the fact that it was you singing the song, but I think everyone knows that. But yeah, Carys, as Paul has mentioned, is so incredibly talented and amazing at everything she does. And if you weren't listening to Paul, it was her singing when she came down the aisle. When Carys and I first met, I knew immediately that she was the one for me. It was so obvious that I ran away to the USA for the first 6 months of our relationship to get some peace and quiet before the chance had gone forever. Immediately after that, I came home and I moved straight in with Carys at her parents' house for 6 months to really test the relationship early on.
Nice freeload for us.
I got here. Clearly, those months have not been lost on Paul, but he was very kind, so I won't dwell. Carys and I's first date, when you look back, was actually very eventful. She drove to my place in St Paul's in Bristol, but she refused to parallel park, which is something I've still never seen her do in 6 years. Brilliant, I thought. This is a chance for me to impress her early on. 5 stalls later, off to the pub we went. True to form, Carys spilled the very first drink she ordered all down herself, and that gave me a nice early opportunity to cop a feel.
First date!
In reality, it washed away any nerves that I was feeling and that Carys was feeling, and we basically talked about everything and anything for the rest of the night. At the end of the night, we did go back to my place, and before any of you get any silly ideas, we stopped off at Tesco on the way, we bought a punnet of grapes, and we threw them at each other across the kitchen to see who could keep the most amount of grapes in their mouth. No prizes for guessing who won. And that last part is actually quite poetic, because even today, Carys throws grapes at me in the kitchen when the ones I bought from the shop are not crunchy enough. Within a few months of us being an item, Carys made the brave choice to come and visit me in the USA. It was an absolutely amazing trip. We were exploring, we were sightseeing, we were ignoring American waitresses' advice on how much food to order, and I booked both Alcatraz tickets and a hire car on the wrong day. In your defence, it was me in charge, and I haven't been in charge of any holidays since. I also gave Carys food poisoning within 2 hours of arriving, and that lingered for a few days to the point where we went to a show in Broadway, and I had to take in a McDonald's with me because she didn't have the appetite to go for dinner. I started off this speech, this is meant to be an opening gambit and joke about how nervous I was to talking about Carys. But in reality is that talking about Carys and my future with you doesn't make me nervous at all. This morning, a lot of people have asked me how I've been feeling, and honestly, nerves is one of the last things that comes to mind. I know they say that you should marry your best friend, but calling you just that is doing you an injustice. You're my ultimate partner in everything that I do, and there's nothing that I could do that wouldn't be improved with you by my side.
No.
You light up my life and those around you, and you give me and Tilly a reason to be happy. I bet you were worried I wasn't going to mention Tilly during this speech. But she is a perfect example of you enhancing my life before I even know it. And for those wondering, she isn't here with us today, but she does make a cameo appearance near the cakes. Carys, you're absolutely perfect, you're absolutely gorgeous, and I wonder daily why you decided to settle with me. I hope that I make you happy, and I hope that I can keep making you happy and keep you smiling for the rest of our lives together. You saying yes is like a badge of pride to me, and this ring is something that I will show off for the rest of my life. And I'd like to just finish with one final stand up and cheers to my beautiful wife, Mrs Carys Parcell.
That's perfect.
Over the last decade or so, he's been a kind, generous, quietly supportive and unerringly reliable friend. Always there to hear me whinge and whine or tell him something in confidence. And best of all, he's been really excellent company over the few hundred pints we've shared in that time. I'm exceptionally proud and grateful to call Dan a best friend, and I hope that continues for years to come.
Hey. Oh, perfect.
I have felt nothing but warmth and optimism watching you build your relationship with Carys, and now the beginning of a family with Tilly. Carys, I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming years, but I already know you are just the perfect match for my best friend. When I say you deserve to be with Dan, that may sound like there's a punchline coming of some sort, but really it is one of the highest compliments I am capable of giving you. I hope I can speak for all the groomsmen, Danny, Tom, Donny, Jake and Charles, all looking handsome. And all the bridesmaids, that's Sophie, Izzy, Gemma, Katie, Zoe and Emma, all looking absolutely stunning in their finery. When I say we are very grateful to be a part of your special day, and we wish you both every happiness and success for the future. If everyone could be so kind as to get on their feet, charge your glasses and raise a toast to our wonderful couple, to Carys and Dan.
My whole world changed suddenly when I saw something heavenly. Sky is blue.